Okay, it has come to my attention that there has been some significant shifts, and there's a lot of people that I care about that are experiencing quite a bit of anxiety. I also went through this shift last week, but I really sat with it, and I've been meditating quite a bit every day. And I was able to recalibrate to the new energy. It looks like what's happening is a recalibration of frequency in the whole collective, like a little evolutionary shift, basically. We have all grown, and now, based on the fact that we're all growing, from what I've heard in my meditation, is like a 2-degree shift in polarity. And the 2-degree shift has to do with a divine feminine shift 2 degrees forward, meaning the divine masculine is taking 2-degree shifts backwards in order to more perfectly align the balance between the masculine and feminine in a more comfortable manner on the planet. Whenever they talk about the polar shifts, that's what they're talking about. The divine masculine and divine feminine. Well, there's other ways that the positive and negative are the same thing. I mean, positive is the masculine, the negative is the feminine. There's other parallels in understandings as well. But basically, the shift that we've just been going through is causing a lot of anxiety for people because old realities are no longer applicable to new realities. Old patterns of thinking will no longer serve you in a new energetic current. It's like if you're riding a wave and suddenly there's more water. So your wave grows. If you're divine feminine, your wave grows. So you have to recalibrate to the fact that you've got a bubbling up of energy. Whereas if you're a divine masculine, you'll have to relinquish and kind of let go a little bit more in order to calibrate well to the change. It should actually be quite comfortable. The calibration is for us, not against us. It's, as I was saying, the recalibration is for us. I should also mention that the actual divine masculine and divine feminine is in all of us, right? Like each one of us has a divine masculine inside and a divine feminine inside. So when there's a recalibration of energy and where we are directing our energy, and the polar pole of it is different from our environment, it's going to affect our balance. And a 2-degree shift is significant. So it's going to cause discomfort until you recalibrate to the new balance. I guess it also depends on how much you drive your vehicle with, your vessel. Like if you drive with more divine feminine, you're going to feel more energy. If you drive with more divine masculine, you're probably going to feel less energy. And that's arbitrary, actually, because sometimes people feel more when they've got less energy coming at them. That actually fuels them to move more. So it doesn't apply to everyone that way, but just some way to think of what's happening, I guess, to put some sort of form around the currency that your body seems to be reacting to. When my body was reacting to it, I was very uncomfortable, and I couldn't quite figure out where it was coming from because nothing in my life was out of alignment. There was no purpose. I was like, this is fucking weird because everything's good here. Why am I feeling this? Now, there are other times when I tune into people and I know the difference because I know energetic signatures, but this wasn't an energetic signature of a person. This was an overall environmental energy that I was feeling, I guess, loud. It felt loud. Nonetheless, I can't describe to you my experience because that would take all day. But I will say it's easy to recalibrate once you start thinking about what it is that has to realign. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say there was suddenly a builder that came in and put up an enormous grocery store. Not only a grocery store, it's a grocery store. They've got all kinds of food vendors. They've also got all kinds of shopping and even like bars and clubs. And they just put this big giant building up next to my house that didn't used to be there. Now, mind you, up until this point, if they did this, if I had to go do any of that stuff, I'd have to get in my car and go do it in different parts of the city. But now that this is all right next to me, I don't have to drive anywhere. So I might consider getting rid of my car. So when there's a major shift in any energetic vicinity, there are things that you might not need to call to you anymore. There might even be things that you actually find more valuable because, I might not need a vehicle now that this stuff is next door to me, but since I'm going to be out more, I might want to have a better wardrobe, so I can go out and meet more people and possibly drum up more business because now it's, or maybe I need to brush up on social skills, so there's value that comes with change, and then there are things that have to go because of change. I would say just sit with your thoughts and recalibrate based on how you feel right now, what feels important, because your instincts and your intuition is going to tell you everything you need to know, everything that stays, everything that needs to go. You'll just know. And if you don't know, well, hold on to it till you know, because eventually you will. It's just recalibration. Just a little shift, evolutionary shift. So good for us. Yay, we grew. So I don't know. It's my take. Been quite a bit more in tune and sitting in nature a lot more and meditating a lot more and listening and paying attention. Animals tell me a lot too. They're just quite interesting to watch, and they're always telling you something. Yeah. That's what I was about to say. If you haven't been outside, get your ass out there. It is beautiful. Stunning, actually. So beautiful. And take your shoes off. Put your feet in the ground. Enjoy the light. Enjoy the breeze. Listen to your breath. Maybe tune out. It's just really important right now that you kind of ask yourself the important questions, because these recalibration points are an opportunity to ask what's really important to you instead of flying on autopilot. Part of the reason why a big helpful shift like this can be great is because it forces us outside of autopilot, which is why we feel anxious, because autopilot isn't working anymore. And So until we more consciously plant our feet, more consciously choose our path, more consciously think about our choices, maybe drive a different route. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to recalibrate. But ask yourself the areas in your life that could stand for a little tweak. Tweak your shit. Yeah. And ask yourself those important questions. You know? Is this my best friend still? Is this my favorite neighbor anymore? You know, like, things like that are important to know so that you can know who you're turning to and what's important. So, I love you. Be well. And I guess I'll catch up with you next time. Hopefully on the other side of your amazing recalibration. Turn the autopilot off. Put your feet in the grass. Go outside. I've been listening to a lot of piano music. It helps. Like days straight. Wonderful. Helps a lot. So, have a good night.